Live from Studio 1615 at one point in time, you are listening to episode 25 of American Podcast Federation of Wrestling. The voice in your ear, my name is Ted the Ranger Irvin, next to Miss Butterfly. We had new prestigious tag team champions last episode, and a new Anarchy Championship, which we're starting off this episode with a triple threat against Aaron Roulette, Crystal Lavender, and Harper Lee. What are your thoughts, Miss Butterfly?
You know, I'm really excited to see what they have to bring to the table tonight.
So am I. Harper Lee making her debut in American Podcast Federation. Already a four-time Anarchy champion, though. Also making her debut, Crystal Lavender, going for her first ever Anarchy championship. But a two-time world champion and a five-time tag team champion.
This is for the Anarchy Championship.
This matchup getting ready to get going. Ref signals for the bell. And Aaron Roulette gets attacked by Crystal with a suplex right off the bat. Harper Lee gets face planted by Crystal. And Aaron Roulette drop kicking no one. And Crystal with an armbar against Harper Lee. And our champ outside the ring, going for a bat. She won this in a ladder match last episode, and using the bat against Harper Lee again on her back. And after Harper Lee attacked Crystal, and now Crystal getting up at an Irish whipping, Aaron into the ropes, and a drop kick to Aaron Roulette as Crystal gets a little bit of that drop kick as well and now a double team on Aaron Roulette or Harper Lee, and that alliance quickly evolves as Aaron Roulette attacking Crystal and face planting Harper Lee and stomping the back of the knee of Harper Lee. And a suplex to Aaron Roulette from Crystal. And Harper getting some forearms from Crystal. And gut shots to Crystal from Harper. And a slap to Harper and a drop kick to the back of Crystal from Aaron. And a suplex to Harper. Bat still in the ring. And Aaron going from a splash and hits Crystal. And no effect.
Looks like they're all in it to win it, Ted.
And a drop kick, and yes, they want to win this championship. And Harper with the bat now. Trained in Japan. And an elbow to Aaron after the assault from Crystal. And dropping the shoulder on to Roulette, and a bulldog. Harper in a pinfall attempt. And Aaron does not want Crystal to get her championship, and she breaks up the count and attacking Crystal and goes for the pinfall. And Harper breaks up the pinfall. How are you liking this matchup? Sidewalk slam. Miss Butterfly.
I think that they're all going for it. At this point, it could be any one of them with that championship at the end.
They all had equal offense, and Crystal goes for the pinfall and breaking it up. And Crystal in the turnbuckles on top. And Harper arm dragging her from the top rope and goes for the pinfall. And Erin breaks up the pinfall with elbows to the back of Harper. Sidewalk slam to Harper. And Erin taking down Crystal. Forearms to the head of Crystal. And a kick to the back. And now Harper attacking the leg. And Harper going for the pinfall. But not Erin attacking. Breaking up. And a belly to belly to Harper. It's like they're taking turns, and Erin going for the pinfall. Crystal breaks it up.
I don't think anyone's going to get a pinfall.
On a kick to the midsection to Erin.
Until someone knocks out.
Someone's going to get knocked out eventually. And a bulldog from the ropes of Crystal. And a sidewalk slam to Erin. And going for a suplex, but Harper throws Crystal over. And kind of dragging her to the center of the ring. And goes for the pinfall right with Erin behind her. And breaks up the count. And a suplex to Harper from Erin. And Crystal with the FU bomb. Goes for the pinfall. And Harper breaks up. Breaking it up. Throwing Crystal across the ring. Harper on the second rope. Dives and takes out both women. And kicks to the chest of Crystal. And it looks like a pit bull slam to Crystal. And Erin goes for the pinfall instead of Harper. And Harper breaks up the pinfall. She's like, I did that work, not you. Slams Erin down to the mat. She's going to do her pit bull slam to Erin. And a kick from Crystal. Breaking up that thought. And now toe drop to Erin. Irish whipping Harper now. Kick to the back. But no effect to Harper. And Crystal turning around. Single leg takedown to Harper. Erin looking like she wants the canine attack. And Crystal throwing down Harper.
I don't know that Harper can take any much more.
And a belly to belly from Crystal to Harper. It looks like it took a little bit out of Crystal too. And yes, but Erin broke it up in a normal match. I believe Harper would have lost that match. Erin setting up for the canine attack. It looks like connects with the canine attack. And goes for the pinfall. And Harper breaking up. And goes for the pit bull attack. Submission. Locked in. Gets to the bottom rope. And Crystal going for the FU bomb. And a suplex to Crystal. From Erin. Erin up right now. Kicking the hamstring of Crystal. And Harper slowly getting up. Erin throwing down Crystal. Harper on her feet. Erin going for the pinfall. And Harper breaks it up at 2. Irish whipping Erin into the turnbuckle. Putting her on the top turnbuckle. What are her thoughts, Miss Butterfly?
I'm wondering why Erin didn't take the shot at
And a suplex.
Crystal when she had the chance and Harper was down.
I don't know either. And Crystal just standing there resting up. And Harper goes for the pinfall. Broken up by Crystal.
It's still any woman's fight at this point.
It is. A little bit slower movement now in this matchup. But all three women in it to win. And Harper now. Arm drag from the top rope. Irish whipping Erin. Suplexes her. Harper in control of this match, goes for the pinfall. Crystal getting up slowly. And kick out at 2. The first kick out.
That was a close one.
And attacking the neck of Crystal. And a spinning kick drop to Crystal, and going to the attack of Erin and dragging her into the bottom rope. And Crystal getting up slowly and dragging Erin and rubbing her face into the mat. An elbow to the back, and Crystal rolling Erin over. Goes for the pinfall. And Harper breaks up the pinfall.
I must say, Harper has had quite some stamina during this match.
She has. She is my pick to dethrone Erin Roulette in this matchup.
It's looking like that's a
And she throws down Erin Roulette with the hair and goes for the pinfall. And Crystal's up and breaks up the pinfall. Irish whipping Harper into the turnbuckle now from Crystal. And the other turnbuckle. And throwing her from the corner. And Erin with a forearm to Crystal. And goes for the pinfall to retain her championship. And a kick out at 2. And a kick to the back of Crystal. And a slap to Harper. And a belly to belly to Harper. And now Erin showing she wants to keep her Anarchy championship. And Crystal breaks up the pinfall. And a kick to Crystal. And Harper now with the Pitbull slam. And Erin with the canine attack. Who does she go to the pinfall for? And stomping the back of Crystal. And a forearm to Crystal as she gets up slowly. And Harper pulling herself up from the ropes. And Erin gets a booking anaconda to Erin from Harper. And a running bulldog to Harper from Crystal. And Erin to the middle rope and gets attacked by Crystal into the midsection. And a figure 4 to the neck and a forearm to Crystal. And Erin up on her feet now. And a leg drop to the throat of Crystal. And a single leg takedown to Harper. And Erin to the second rope. Splash on both women. And rubbing Harper's face into the mat now. And Crystal goes for the pinfall. And Erin just standing there and finally breaks up the pinfall. And both Erin and Crystal attacking Harper now. And Irish whipping Harper into the turnbuckle. Erin setting her sights on Crystal with a bulldog of her own. And Erin going out of the ring. Harper attacking the knee of Crystal. And Erin with a forearm to Crystal and a drop kick to both Erin and Crystal from Harper. And a sledgehammer from Harper into this matchup and a drop kick to Erin.
She brought it in, but is she going to use it?
And a bulldog to Crystal. I don't know if she's just wanting to assert her authority in this match. Irish whipping Erin in the turnbuckle. And putting Erin on the top turnbuckle. And Crystal now arm dragging Aaron from the top turnbuckle. Harper was the one that put her on there, and Crystal arm dragged her, and they're staring each other down. And now a suplex to Harper. And Crystal goes for the pinfall over Harper. And Crystal is the new Anarchy champion of American Podcast Federation.
I'm honestly surprised.
Harper did most of the work in that match. And Crystal pins Harper.
Crystal definitely took a beating for a while, but in the end she came out strong, that's for sure.
Does Aaron get a rematch for her Anarchy championship match? Or her championship title? What a way to start off episode 25 with that Anarchy match. And now we're going to have a singles match with Dilgis Ludwig and Gigolo, both in the tag team tournament. Never faced each other. Dilgis from the Baron Strait with Michael Cage, and the Gigolo teamed with Louis Universe. Maybe APF thoughts, are these two go at it? Maybe next episode, Michael Cage, Louis Universe go at it. Who knows? Bell's about to ring, and there we are. Dilgis Ludwig, Gigolo, and Gigolo gets a pump handle suplex from Dilgis Ludwig to start off this match. And both men now up, and now Dilgis on the shoulders of Gigolo, and a flapjack slam to Dilgis Ludwig. Gigolo was a chef, and another pump handle slam to Gigolo. And you might not think that he got his name the way he got his name. He loves Jello and could not say the word Jello, Miss Butterfly.
That is an interesting turn of events, because I would have never guessed that.
And a lot of people think it came out Gigolo. And Gigolo now on the assault of Dilgis Ludwig. And a forearm to Dilgis Ludwig, and he's on the ropes. Irish whipping Dilgis Ludwig over the top rope. And a forearm, knocking him off. And both men on the outside of the ring.
Gigolo definitely came prepared tonight.
He did. A little upset that he didn't make it further in the tag team tournament. Maybe he thinks this match will set him further to another championship opportunity. And throwing Dilgis back in the ring. And the elbow to the throat of Dilgis before he gets back in the ring. Rolls him over. And a forearm to the chest of Dilgis Ludwig. And a leg drop. And goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. Dilgis Ludwig not good in singles matchups, Miss Butterfly.
I don't think he was prepared for not being able to rest ever so often.
Yes, because his record here in American Podcast Federation is 1-3. When he teams up with his partner Michael Cage, he is 3-1. And a suplex from Gigolo to Dilgis Ludwig. And a kick to the back. What a debut singles match from Gigolo here. And the snap nair from Gigolo.
I think his strengths are definitely showing with not in the tag team so far.
And a suplex from the top rope from Gigolo, and goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2.
But maybe Dilgis Ludwig is thinking that he's going to wear Gigolo out.
That might be a thought in Dilgis Ludwig's thought as Gigolo attacks the shoulder of Ludwig and gets up a little bit slowly. Gigolo might be putting out more energy than he needs to. And Dilges Ludwig more the powerhouse.
Ludwig is just taking this beating.
And another pinfall. And a kick out at 2. And a hip toss to Dilges Ludwig. And stomping the chest. Irish whipping Dilges in the ropes. Almost over the top rope. Over the top rope. Through the middle rope. Back into the ring. Dilges goes. And a diving fist to Dilges Ludwig.
I don't know if he can take much more.
More elbows to the shoulder. This match has been 85-90% Gigolo. And attacking the head again. And lifting up Dilges Ludwig. Irish whipping him. And a gut shot. I did not see this much punishment even when he went up against Kevin Journey. And then the sit-out powerbomb. And goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. Although Dilges is relentless, he keeps kicking out.
Gigolo's energy is just amazing at this point.
He's like a spider monkey in the ring. And kicking the back of the knee of Dilges Ludwig. And the knee of the back as he's trying to get up. I don't think he needs to go to the chiropractor this week. And a DDT to Dilges.
He might need to go to the hospital, though.
He might. I know a good doctor. And it goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. And a quarter barely. Dilges kicks out. And goes back to the assault of Dilges Ludwig.
I think he's finally wearing down.
And sets up for the broiler. Connects with the broiler. Goes for the pinfall. And Gigolo with the offense.
That was quite the match.
I don't believe Dilges got any licks in that matchup.
I would agree with you there, Ted.
Gigolo proving he needs to be in a championship opportunity match. The main event for the TV championship. The anti-Canadian Eric Jacobs versus Michael Cage in a no-holds-barred match. The first ever TV championship matchup here in American Podcast Federation. From Studio 1615. Hopefully Michael Cage can do better on a singles match than Dilges Ludwig can.
Let's hope so.
Our new TV champion might be the anti-Canadian Eric Jacobs. We have signals for the bell in this no-holds-barred match. And Eric Jacobs goes for a sidewalk slam to Michael Cage to start off this match. Galloping around, Eric Jacobs goes for the knee hold, slamming to the back. And Eric Jacobs has Michael Cage on his shoulders, flapjack slam, and taunting Michael Cage, and now leg drop to Michael Cage. Eric Jacobs in control of this match to start it off. Oh, Michael Cage now drags Jacobs. Irish whips him. An elbow to the face of Eric Jacobs. And Michael Cage now on the outside of the ring and going for a weapon of some sort. And pulls out a bat. And they're fighting over the bat. And Jacobs gets it and hits him right between the eyes. And that knocked him out. Cage on the ground, and Jacobs just attacking him with the bat. And Michael Cage gets up and gets the bat and hits him, and Jacobs just repeating. Michael Cage just running around like he lost his brains, and now attacking Eric Jacobs in a neck breaker.
Cage is already doing better than Ludwig did last match.
I want to say now, Michael Cage is the powerhouse of the Baron Strait, because his record in singles matchups is 4-1, and kicks to the chest of Michael Cage. And Eric Jacobs with a bat, and they're fighting over it, and Cage gets the bat and fighting over it again, and Jacobs takes it. They're fighting over it like children. Instead of using it, they can find something else. Continuously fighting over it. Outside the ring. And finally, Jacobs clogs Michael Cage on the side of the head, and now the back, and throws down the bat. Wants to prove that he can do it himself, but he can't, because Cage gets up in a sidewalk slam to Jacobs and throws in the barricade, and an uppercut from Jacobs, and a suplex on the outside. And Cage now with the bat to the chest of the anti-Canadian and throwing it at him. Tell him to get up. Gets him up himself. Throws him back in the barricades. And tosses him into the barricade, face first. And the knee to the back of Jacobs. And pulls out a ladder to the knee of Jacobs in this first ever TV championship match. And smacking the face of Eric Jacobs as he tries to run at Cage. Knees to the chest and gut shots to Jacobs. And Cage in control of this match.
I don't think Jacobs has a chance at this point.
Those look vicious shots. I think Cage has this match. And tosses in Jacobs. And pinfalls only count inside the ring, as the ref tells both men. And they're both back in the ring. Eric Jacobs Michael Cage putting Eric Jacobs on the top rope. And Cage now suplex attempt from the top rope to Jacobs. No effect on Cage, all effect on Jacobs, and goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2.
Jacobs is holding on.
He is. I thought that was going to be it. I thought we were going to have a champion right there. Called Michael Cage now goes to the assault of Jacobs and goes back to the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. Cage looks surprised.
He's a little rattled at this point, I think, and frustrated.
He is, and now Jacobs now in control. Irish whipping Cage in the turnbuckle and puts him on top. Scouts out what he's going to do. Hits the back. Suplex from the second rope to Michael Cage in a second wind. Eric Jacobs goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. A little second win there from Eric Jacobs. And Eric Jacobs goes to the outside, probably to get another weapon. And gets the steps on the outside of the ring. Hits him. Midsection shots to Michael Cage.
Right in the back.
From the aluminum steps on the outside of the ring. And throws Cage back in the ring. Elbow to the throat of Michael Cage and gets in the ring. Pinfalls only count inside the ring and goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. but all the action seems to be outside the ring. And kicking the head of Michael Cage as he gets up. Lifts him up. DDT to Michael Cage and goes for the pinfall. And a kick out at 2. And both men now on their feet. Irish whips Cage in the turnbuckle. Face in the turnbuckle. Eric Jacobs puts him on the top turnbuckle. Hits him. Says some words to him. And suplexes him off the top rope.
Has Cage given up?
Eric Jacobs has not. And rolls him over. Goes for the pinfall. And kick out at 2. I'm going to say Cage has not given up either.
Jacobs is getting frustrated.
And kicking him again in the side of the head. Pushing him over. And drags him to the center of the ring. A diving fist to Cage. And attacking the shoulder with the elbows to Cage. He goes for the Mountie Stomp. And busts open Michael Cage from the Mountie Stomp. And stomp his chest. He needs to go for the pinfall. He goes for the pinfall. And the anti-Canadian Eric Jacobs is the first ever TV champion here at American Podcast Federation. What are your thoughts here, Miss Butterfly?
You know, I thought it was going to go one way, but it went the other way, and I'm okay with it.
I am too. This action here at American Podcast Federation, that is all we have here from episode 25. I am Ted the Ranger Irvin. Miss Butterfly, any last thoughts?
Have a good day!